How are we doing this evening?
Good, good. Well, let's introduce your film to the audience at home. Tell us the name of your film and director and your name.
My name is Dean Alfone. I was the director of a project called the ARNOLD CHRONICLES. It's a 1950s period piece about two American Marines who wander aimlessly through the American Southwest in search of meaning circa 1955.
What were Arnold and Charlie searching for then? What was their
What
goal?
are they searching for? Well, they both have post-traumatic stress disorder. They've just come back from a war overseas where they've experienced a lot of violence, and they know what they're not looking for. They're not looking for a conformist life. They're not looking for stability per se. They definitely need money, but they're also looking to have some fun. Maybe meet a couple girls, maybe see something, a landscape that's very beautiful. They're looking for something and they're not sure what it is. Spirituality.
Wow. What drew you to want to make this project? What made you want to do this?
Well, my father was a Korean War veteran, and a lot of this is largely based on some of his experiences that he would tell me about after he came back from the Korean War. He was quite the character. He worked in Mexico in part. He sold tortillas there. He worked and helped build the railway there. He was a private investigator. He sold photos door to door, and he embodies some of the characteristics of the lead character in this project.
Well, I'm curious then, did you ever see your father show signs of post-traumatic syndrome, anything like that?
Absolutely. In fact,
How did that impact you?
oh my God, are you like a psychiatrist? Because
You need to lay down. It's okay.
No, yeah, I know, and I need some lithium. So I don't even know where to begin to answer that question, but yeah, he definitely had severe post-traumatic stress disorder his entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think with your film that you're hoping other maybe family members of post-traumatic syndrome or people that at least know people that have gone through those crazy events in war, that this could help them get over it maybe?
Well, I actually reached out to some people in the Korean veterans community here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so it is actually a goal of mine to try to have some communication with them, and it's called The Forgotten War. And so one gentleman I spoke to here, he is trying to develop curriculum, and we have a feature-length script that's already completed to accompany this, and I have a job also as an educator, and so what I would love to do is to try to get some of this material out into the classrooms.
Why is it that the Vietnam War is so remembered and looked at and people tackle the subject matter, but the Korean War is the forgotten war? What makes it so left alone? Is it the government?
An incredible question. For starters, I think that the 1960s, to me, although I just saw the Ken Burns documentary, Roosevelt, I think the 60s was probably the most important decade of the 20th century. I think it was amplified by the fact that there was the women's rights movement and the civil rights movement in conjunction with Vietnam. And so I think those three things coming together made the Vietnam conflict, if you want to call it, or war, a more prominent war in our consciousness. Korea is this weird war. It's happened after two big ones, well, actually, there are two big ones that came after, World War I, but especially World War II. And so it's sandwiched between World War II, which was like the entire world almost, and Vietnam. So it's just kind of, I think there were many questions of whether it was a war, and there's a lot of questions that remain unanswered to me.
You've called it a project, and you said already that you're looking to turn into a feature film. What is the goal for this project? What are you hoping to accomplish with it?
Well, I've learned a lot of valuable lessons in my time in this industry, and one of the goals is to get something completed and to make it commercially viable, get it into the marketplace. And, fortunately, I can take this 13-minute piece, and I'm confident and positive I can turn it into a pilot 30 minutes. And
wow.
So I'm positive about that. If I could make it feature length, I would prefer to do that. The feature length script is done. It's solid. It's co-written with a friend of mine. I attended Columbia University in New York City, and we've already got the script done. Now we've just got to find distribution and or television and or financier. But I've been down this road before, and I can get it done without any of those, and I will fight for it. And it's got a buzz, and I'm gonna get it out there, and I can do it with limited amounts of money. That's just the way the paradigms are shifting right now.
You were able to just watch it with a Dallas audience.
Yeah.
What did you feel about their reaction to it, their response to it?
Well, one thing I felt was it was a little dark, and I feel like that's one of my hallmarks, and I'm a little disturbed by that because I want to be more comedic, and so I'm trying to figure out a way. One thing I learned from this screening was, I need to infuse it with some more lighter and comedic elements, and so I'm definitely going back to the drawing board with that.
How much footage do you have? Like how many?
Oh, I mean, what we just saw was 13 minutes, and so something like that. How much raw footage?
Yeah, like
I
extra
mean,
material.
I wouldn't say there's much more that could be edited into this. I mean, we definitely need to go back and shoot some more.
Wow. Well, I'm curious with this TV pilot potential idea. Are you looking to follow those same characters or jump to different characters?
Well, one thing I liked about this other short it was 40 minutes, so we couldn't tell if it was a short or a feature, which I loved. One thing I liked about it is it kept going on, and I was like, man, I'm enjoying this big screen here, and I think my characters just need to keep continuing whatever they're doing. It's a very picaresque, to use the literary term, adventure. And so, somebody actually anonymously put romance adventure on the IMDb page. And so, part of the idea is they're wandering aimlessly. So, it's just a matter of, what kind of situations they get themselves into. And again, it's already scripted. It's 100% done.
Do you feel like have you researched the Korean War? Do you feel like
I have not No, I have not researched it enough. But I have enough of a background, I think, to have a strong understanding of it. And there's more to be learned. And it is funny that you were talking about the Forgotten War, because you're right. I'm not even sure how many movies have been made about the Korean War. I'm not even sure.
Only a handful, if anything.
Yeah, I need to go back and see which ones have, because we know we seem like we're the same age. Yeah, there's tons of Vietnam movies. And, we definitely know about some of the World War II ones. I don't know. It's weird. I'm supposed to be a cinephile.
Well, being a cinephile, you already brought up the great Ken Burns. What filmmakers inspire you, personally?
I love Julie Taymor. Oh, my God. She is so amazing to me. She's so incredible.
That's a bold figure to name. I mean, Julie's productions are amazing. They're big.
Yeah, she's very amazing. So that's one. And then one of my favorite movies is Artemisia by Agnes Marley. So maybe I like women directors. But I love Martin Scorsese. Francis Ford Coppola, I just love his bravado. He's incredible to me. My all-time favorite movie is Apocalypse Now. There's many. I could talk about this for a very long time. I also love literature, though, too.
Oh, really? Yeah. Not bad filmmakers indeed. Yeah. I like your list. Well, I'm curious. Where can we find out more information about you, about this film, and where can we keep up to date if these projects start coming to fruition?
Well, I think we need to start with my website. It's CorsairMediaProductions.com, CorsairMediaProductions.com. And I have a Twitter. It's at Corsair Media, so at Corsair Media. I have the Facebook page, Corsair Media Productions, and or it might be Corsair Media, but I think we get the gist of it.
Yeah.
And I got a write-up today from a really cool publication, Al Dia, and I have an article.
It's Latin, yeah, Al Dia.
Yeah. I mean, my co-writer, his name's Duben Canales. I wrote the southern part, which is what we saw tonight, and he wrote the southwestern part. And so we would like to shoot this in New Mexico or Mexico.
Be a lovely location shoot. That would be wonderful to.
Yeah. And there's more. I mean, there's an Oklahoma component. There is a Mississippi, Louisiana. So, but I think we need to go to the Southwest or Mexico. Absolutely.
Wow. Well, I definitely hope it comes to fruition. I'd love to see a TV version of this where we could see them go on the journey with episodes.
Cool. Yeah, me too.
I'm curious, are there any other projects you're working on or looking at? All filmmakers
My first
should.
sigh was for Julie Taymor. This one is for my other project. It's called Substance. It's a slacker road movie with lots of music. It's about an indie rock band from New York traveling to the South by Southwest Music Festival who gets stranded in Dallas for 3 days. No money, no resources. They befriend 3 nouveau riche douchebags who get them embroiled in an ecstasy drug ring. The band goes on the run to New Orleans. So I'm working on that. And then I'm working on a screenplay. It's based on a true story. It's about an Italian Wheel of Fortune letter turner who is the granddaughter of a silver screen icon and the daughter of Italian singing sensations, who is writing a beatnik novel and travels to South America, ends up in Mexico before landing in New Orleans, befriending street musicians and local denizens of the Bohemian community before disappearing without a trace. Based on a true story. And so I want to show something that would fuse both the past as well as the present in a way that documents a fictionalized account of what could have happened.
You definitely are interested, it seems, in people who travel and people who find new places.
Yeah.
Do you like to travel?
I do like to travel, and at the same time, I'm also not interested in traveling anymore because I've done a lot of traveling in my life. And so, it's a great time to be alive because, we can go to foreign countries, we can go to states, and, people weren't able to do that as easily in the past. But I've decided that if I can be an egomaniac, that I'm a regional filmmaker, and honestly, I kind of just want to find a way to just stay in my region and tell the stories that are here. And my region is largely Louisiana and Texas, and if there's a way to incorporate some New Mexico, some Mexico, I'm interested in this region. And
well, I definitely hope Substance comes to fruition. That sounds like such an amazing idea.
Oh my God, that's gonna take an adrenaline rush, I would imagine, and some fighting.
Well, thank you so much for bringing the film here, and hopefully we'll see you again. Maybe you can film in Dallas, the parts that are in Dallas.
Absolutely.
We'd welcome you openly.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Awesome.